Hi everyone, it's your boy Ray. Welcome to the vlog. It's another late vlog, so I apologize, but I had a very weird weekend. We had windstorms here in Washington State, and that caused a whole big outage that I don't know how long was it for other people, but for me, I had power, but I didn't have TV or internet, and that's Comcast TV and internet. And we didn't have that here for at least a day and a half, so I know what you're thinking. Man, Ray, stir crazy? You didn't have internet? Are you disconnected from the world? Nah, I had enough time to catch up on some video games that I haven't played in a while because a lot of video games that I've been playing require online connection. And so this was like a good opportunity to play, like those RPGs where it doesn't require online connection. And if you're curious, I actually caught up playing Terraria on the PC because they had a really big update like months ago, and I never really bothered to look at it because it would require me to pretty much start a new world because I didn't save my original character file, and so I was like, I don't want to start over again. So I never really revisited it. But man, definitely fun. Like I'm trying to play it a lot more often in between Guild Wars 2, Diablo 3, and a couple 3DS games that I got, and even the most recent one, LBX, a little Battler Experience. Oh, that's a fun game. Man, so many games online. Anyways, let's talk about the exercise stuff. So first we get to the exercise stuff. Week in brief. Last week was my last work week. Last work week of the quarter. I'm on a break until I'm looking at the calendar until September 20th. And pretty much September 20th, that is peak week for me. So 3 weeks of vacation and then a peak week, the first week of school. I'm not going to see a lot of students, so at least these last 4 weeks, I'm not going to have a lot of interference with my prep because all my preps thus far have always had something like either like a week before or within like those key weeks that kind of throws me off. And this time, everything is like falls in place. Like there's literally nothing that could stop me or interfere with my training. So I didn't intend for this timing, but it's good timing. Two thumbs up. 8 out of 8, great mate. So, so yeah, still more of the webcam stuff, for the next couple weeks, but I'm pretty sure like I won't be able to, like talk about a plan of attack because pretty much like here until like 2 weeks out, or here until finishing 2 weeks out, like the plan is basically the same, right? So basically, what I mean is, I'm just gonna be slowly cutting back, either slowly cutting back depending on how my weight is dropping and how my energy levels feel, slowly cutting back on my calories, or maybe just slightly increasing a little bit more. But increasing a little bit more, obviously, I should do a little bit more activity. If I decrease my calories, I don't really need to do much activity. So the big thing right now is determining like how much time should I spend on cardio, because I'm pretty much where I am back in April 2014, the Washington State Natural. Like I'm within that weight range right there. And I got down here with, pretty much minimal amount of cardio right now, like with this last third of my contest prep. So it's actually kind of interesting that I'm not utilizing cardio too much, but if I do too much, then, I'm going to have to adjust a lot of things, a lot of factors that I haven't really um, planned ahead of time. But right now, I feel like I'm in a good spot, nutrition wise, or I want to say nutrition wise, but intake wise, that I don't that the diet is chugging me along, and as long as the diet's on point and the training is correct, I wouldn't really need to utilize um, cardio so much as the weight loss, and I don't want to focus on weight loss. I want to make sure that I'm burning fat, right? So keep in mind, like if you're doing bodybuilding prep, you got to understand the difference between getting lean and losing weight. Losing weight means, it can mean anything. You're just losing everything on you, while just getting lean, you just want to shed off the body fat. So you want to be able to have enough activity while at the same time feeding yourself enough nutrients for recovery. hmm So don't do too much, because if you do too much, you got to eat a little bit more. And there might be a point where you add too many calories where, you're probably going to gain weight. So that's the thing I'm worried about. But anyways, that's the big thing, which, determining do I need to do something or not, and it's kind of going to be a day by day thing. But other than that, I can't falter these next couple weeks, right? I gotta make sure I'm on my game every single day, or 7 days a week, 7 days a week, every single day until peak week, where I already have peak week planned out, but I really should prepare the nutrition for peak week, which I haven't really thought about yet, but we'll get there when we get there. Um, and also the big important part is the posing. So I've been practicing my mandatories, pretty much for a long, long time. Even during off season, like I managed to practice mandatories here and there just to make sure like I could get situated into the relaxed poses, kind of look at my tricep just to kind of see how shapely it is. Like you can see that right there, right? Right? You can see some of the lines, But let's look at the other side just for balance. For balance, even though like the light is on this side. So yeah, so something's there, right? So my mandatories are pretty good. I still need maybe a little bit of help with the back poses because obviously I don't have eyes back behind my head, and it's hard to really guess, using the front-facing camera on my phone, pointing at the mirror, kind of adjusting to see, is the hamstring being flexed right, or am I leaning back too much, leaning back too little? Am I doing the lat spread wrong? So it's difficult to do that on just by myself. So it's good to have another pair of eyes. But I'm still practicing. I'm just make sure I'm getting situated into the poses right now because pretty much I would like to do everything without a mirror, doing it blind, right? Because basically that's what's going to happen when you're on stage. You're not going to have a mirror. You're probably going to have someone yell at you, be tight, hamstrings, hamstrings, So I know I'm not going to have that person. So I want to be able to make sure that I can do it just with my eyes closed. But I've been on point with all that. But the biggest issue, I want to say biggest issue, but the biggest thing, the biggest concern right now is the posing routine. The evening show 1 minute posing routine. Because I have the last half of the posing routine like already in my mind, already practiced out, already have the poses that I want to use with it, but I don't have the first 30 seconds of the routine thought out. So it's like I don't have the introduction. And it's kind of funny because like even writing papers, I always have a problem writing an introduction. But I always have like the meat and grit of like a paper. I have the information. I just don't know how to start it off. So so I'm having that problem transition over to bodybuilding. So man, and I'm unsure if I want to do on stage or off stage, but I have a good feeling that I'm probably gonna do off stage again, like how I did last year, or not last year, but last competition season. So yeah, a lot of practicing, staying on point, and just gotta stay motivated these next 3.5 weeks, or at least 2.5 weeks. These 2.5 weeks are gonna be hard, but I feel like if I could get to peak week, like it's there. It's like I'm a winner. I get that winner mentality of like once you get the peak week, like even though like the show is Saturday, just get into that week. It's like you're right there at the finish line. You just need a couple more steps. Literally, you're going to finish regardless of what you do. So so if I make it to peak week, I'm ready there, right? So once again, I apologize for the late vlog, but just weird circumstances of the power outage kind of made me lazy. So yeah, let's not have that happen again. All right. Yeah. So anyways, we'll see everyone next week, and this is for the show.